Hey YouTube, how's it going? This is Gamester81. In today's arcade review, we're going to take a closer look at a game called Hologram Time Traveler. Released by Sega in 1991, it was actually a fairly successful game. At one point, at the peak, it was doing over $1 million a week. It didn't last very long, unfortunately. It came out in 1991. It was right when Street Fighter 2 and other games were starting to come out. But in 2001, they did release a DVD, and it's pretty cool. I'm going to show you, and it's playable on your PS2 or any standard DVD player. And what's really cool about this game, or the DVD rather, is that it comes with 3D glasses, which I'll show you what the graphics can look like with 3D. It's unfortunate you guys can't see it in 3D. It's decent, it's okay. It comes with instruction booklets and obviously the CD. So let's take a closer look at the DVD itself, the gameplay, and explain a little bit more about this really interesting arcade game. Here's some quick video of the game in action and what it appeared like when you're actually playing it in the arcade. It's pretty interesting. It actually does appear to be like a hologram. And it was basically mirrors that were curved mirrors, and it was kind of optical illusion how it worked. We're going to check out the DVD release of this. You can play it in either 2D or 3D. It gives you the 3D glasses I showed you earlier. We're going to play it in 3D. You can see in the background you get that kind of a weird 3D image, and if you turn on the glasses, it actually kind of appears semi in 3D. It's not entirely 3D. You get these reversal cubes that it's kind of basically a do-over. So if you mess up, you can use them in this game. In the DVD release, you start with 2. I believe in the arcade, you start off with 1. This game, as I mentioned earlier, was released in 1991 by Sega. It's actually made by the same creator who created Dragon's Lair, and he also created Space Ace and games like that. His name is Rick Dyer. This game was fairly successful when it first came out. Like as I mentioned earlier, they did over $1 million a week on the initial success of this, but unfortunately it was pretty short-lived because Street Fighter 2 and a whole bunch of fighting games were coming out during this time. And but this is a point-and-clicked game, so basically you have to hit buttons at certain timing, similar to Dragon's Lair, same gameplay. If you don't do it, you die, unfortunately. In this DVD release, you start with 4 characters, but I'll be honest with you, this is all about memorization and knowing when to hit it and what to hit. So you can't really control the character other than his movement goes, but you can control his actions and if he jumps or ducks or whatnot. It progressively gets harder, and unfortunately with the DVD, there's a slight delay. In the arcade, there isn't much of a delay. What's interesting, as I mentioned earlier, though, there were fighting games that were being released, were very popular, and Sega actually released a game in 1992 called Holocene. Same kind of gameplay as a fighting game in a hologram like this was kind of cool. But that wasn't nearly as well known as this game here was. So this is pretty frustrating though. I've tried this. I mean, you get this guy, weird wizard here, telling you what to do, whatnot, gives you hints. But I swear I'm timing it right, and no matter what, I'm dying. This game is a very frustrating game for sure to play. The cool thing about having this on DVD though is it was released on DVD, so you can play it on your PS2, which I'm playing on here. And you can play it on any standard DVD with a DVD remote, so that's a huge plus as well. Let's see if I can give it one more shot with this guy. And they don't really give him much time to make your action too. I mean, you can see that diamond in the corner tells you to do whatever, but how are you supposed to know what to push? That's the frustrating thing, and that's kind of what they're hoping for in the arcades. You can put a lot of coins. Here's your timeline, space-time continuum, whatever, and the trader is where you want to buy more of those cubes. So in the arcade, you would just put more coins here, and this one you just push enter and you get more cubes. That's kind of cool. But I remember playing this game a lot in the arcade. In fact, it was really amazing to see it in like hologram. It feels like you could actually reach out and grab them. It was pretty cool. We're gonna watch this game. Nice cool thing about the DVD is you can actually watch it, and this is the non-3D, so you can kind of see the difference between the backgrounds and what's going on. This is obviously me not playing, but this is just the computer showing you what to do, and you kind of memorize, but all these things going on. There were 40 actors that were actually cast for this game. It was created in California, like Hollywood area. A lot of the actors actually played different roles in this as well. But, alright, there you go. Each of these are kind of short. This is it doesn't tell you which one this is. This must be like the caveman one or something. Really interesting, really random. It's kind of an interesting concept. I think it would have been interesting to make more games in hologram like this. And 3D is definitely making a comeback with movies and stuff nowadays. But the whole idea why Sega was planning on making a game like this was because they wanted to make something different. A lot of games were, on the Genesis, the Super Nintendo, Nintendo at home, and obviously this is something you couldn't replicate at home. So they wanted to make a unique experience, and I think they succeeded to a point as well in this game. That's pretty funny. Anyway, you guys definitely can get the idea, but I really appreciate you guys watching, and definitely check out Hologram Time Traveler if you've ever seen the arcades anymore, or you can pick up the DVD as well. You can get it for fairly cheap. Thanks, guys. Happy gaming. Take care. Bye-bye.